Okay, I have the community garden all to myself today, which doesn't happen very often. So we're gonna do a quick tour. So I've got carrots, they're looking pretty good. I weeded those about a week ago, so they're starting to come on good. On this side, I had some greens and things planted, some bok choy. The bok choy's bolted. There is some lettuce in there. I'm gonna pick everything remaining in there today, get it weeded, and get it replanted. These are fingerling potatoes. They're looking pretty awesome. We've got beans on this side. The first half of the bean bed was a different variety and they did much better. The other half kind of got swallowed up. So today's task is also get those weeded and see if there's any beans actually in there and actually get these picked. There's beans ready to be picked, so that's the beans. Then we have 2 dahlia beds. They're starting to bloom. Looking pretty good. They need weeded too. We only have 2 of 6 surviving squash plants, so these are both patty pans. So I'm going to get the rest of the beds weeded and get those replanted with something today. This was kohlrabi, and I can't remember what else. I think this bed is a loss as well, but I'll get it weeded, see if there's anything worth salvaging in there. Then we have our turnips and our onions, or rutabagas, I guess. These are looking awesome. You can see them in there, and the onions are looking great as well. So this one's mostly weeded, but I'll finish that up too. Over here we have zinnias. There's one lone blooming zinnia there. Also needs a major weeding. This bed was dry beans and there are a couple plants in here. So I'll get it weeded, see what's left, and I might replant some things in this bed as well. Over here are mostly tomatoes. They are producing like crazy. These are my Romas and things, but I think I need to open up the plants, so I'm going to do some pruning on these today and see if we can't get them looking healthier and some more airflow. I've got peppers over here. I weeded these yesterday. Lots of peppers going on. Looking good. And there's a couple peppers over here. These are the jalapenos. I think they're kind of getting shaded out by the tomatoes, but we'll do what we can for those. And then this last bed. Oh, guys. This is a dahlia bed and it hasn't been weeded a single time. So there are dahlias in there. But we need to help them out and get them weeded so that they can thrive. So that's the before. And if I'm still alone after, I'll give you an after tour, at least take some pictures. Alright, in progress. People have been coming and going all afternoon. I've been here 2.5 hours, so no change up front. Did a little bit of light weeding on the potatoes. I've got half of the beans weeded and did actually pick some beans. Not much on the dahlias other than cleaned up what was there. I've got the squash bed weeded to replant. Haven't touched this bed yet. I also cleaned up along the border here. So the way it works here is there's 2 feet between plots and you throw your weeds in the margin. So, rutabaga looking good, onions all weeded, got the zinnias weeded. Haven't touched this bed yet. Weeded all around the tomatoes, got behind them cleaned up. peppers cleaned up. And again, I cleaned up along the backs of the beds too. This half of the dahlias has not been touched yet, and we're almost done with this half. So that's what's done in 2.5 hours. All right, it's about a week or so after the last videos. Weeds are finally under control. So we picked a couple heads from this bed and just scraped the rest. There's nothing planted in there again yet. Carrots are still looking awesome. I do have a couple that I think are going to seed, which is kind of odd. They were just planted this year, and it's the Kyoto Red. Has anyone had that experience with them? But anywho's, beans. There were very few in this bed, and it actually almost looks like they got sprayed. I do know the field next to us was sprayed on this side, but it seems kind of odd it would drift this far and not touch anything in between, but perhaps this variety of bean was especially sensitive. So I just ripped all the weeds out of there, and we'll get something replanted. The fingerling potatoes are looking awesome. They still have a while to go. I think they need about 100 days, and it's only been maybe 75 or so. The dahlias are looking really good. Some are a lot larger than others. Some of that is due to the variety. Some of them sprouted earlier than others, but we have lots of buds coming. I didn't actually get any of these topped this year, which does make a difference in how many blooms and how bushy your plants get, but this year is what it is, and I'm okay with that. This one's blooming. These ones have already bloomed. I've picked a couple blossoms off of those. Same over on this side. You come in here. I think there's one here that didn't make it. I don't know. I might get it replaced. I might not. Then I did surround our 2 remaining squash with 3 more dahlias on each side. This bed has 2 little lone straggling seedlings at the back. I ripped everything else out. Nothing's replanted here yet. Our onions are looking really good. Like I said before, I don't have much luck with onions, so this is by far one of the most successful years we've had, so I'm happy with how things are going. I hope they get a lot bigger, but they still have time. I picked a couple turnips today, or not turnips, rutabagas today. Some of them are still quite small, but some of them are getting quite large, and I did replace them with a different kind of turnip. I think it is shogoing. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right. I'll put the name up. Zinnias are starting to bloom, looking good. I might stick, there's a couple of larger holes. I might stick something in there yet. Our dry beans are pathetic. Especially, this was Rockwell, and they're by far better than, I have one orca bean plant. So that's disappointing, but the seed was quite old, so I'll get a few more fresh seeds this year and we'll try again next year. Tomatoes are looking awesome. I don't know if you can see how many are in there. I did get most of them trimmed up at the bottom, give them a little more airflow, open up the plants a little. And I picked quite a few half-ripe tomatoes today. I'll take them home and let them ripen on the counter. I also picked a few peppers, a couple jalapenos, and a block pepper, which I'm excited about, which I think it's just like a sweet bell pepper. The one I picked looked more like this, it was starting to get it gets like colored streaking on it. Picked a few more Hungarian yellows and got a few dahlias replaced at the back here that didn't make it. I think there was 5 or 6 that needed replaced, and everybody else is looking good. So by far she's looking better. Now just to keep on top of it.